Well guys, it looks like our June Nintendo Direct is coming up soon, but it's not the one that we were expecting, because Nintendo just tweeted out, tune in at 6 AM Pacific on June 18th for a live stream Donkey Kong Bananza Direct presentation, featuring roughly 15 minutes of information about the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 game. So yeah, this is kind of strange for a lot of reasons, like we're not getting any sort of general Nintendo Direct this month, it looks like, because we just got Splatoon news dropped on Twitter, and now we're getting a Donkey Kong Bananza Direct. So I'm pretty confident that Nintendo is now just skipping June. Maybe they have something in July, they did it before, or maybe they just don't have a single summer direct at all, and we're gonna have to wait until like September again. But yeah, it's very strange to do something like that on your first year of your new console. I feel like you want to get that information out publicly, but who knows what Nintendo's doing. But on to Donkey Kong Bananza. Now the question is, what in the world are we going to expect in this show? And it's only 15 minutes, which is not a very long time. And once again, I am a little worried because we have been in this same boat before with Mario Kart World, where we actually got pretty much nothing revealed in that Mario Kart World Direct. Really nothing new. The only thing that they confirmed is that there were going to be P-Switch missions, but besides that, it was just a load of stuff that we already knew and a big waste of time. And I feel like a good chunk of this show is also going to be the same thing. I feel like the best thing that we can get from this is lots of new footage showing off new worlds as they're talking about stuff that we already know. Because let's face it, they're going to do that. However, this is a different game in a different situation. Where Mario Kart World, they showed off a lot. They had a lot of people playing the game and pretty much showing off everything that the game had to offer. All the knockout tours, all the regular races, all the tracks, even letting people play in free roam. Where this game is different. I feel like players were only allowed in 2 dedicated areas. It was the opening mine shaft and also kind of that underground water area as well that we've seen within the Nintendo Treehouse, and that was about it. So I do think this show is going to be a lot better than the Mario Kart World one, and I'm just not thinking it's going to be anything stellar. Yes, it's going to give us lots of new gameplay clips and lots of new video feeds and stuff to talk about. I'm sure they'll show even more boss battles and some stuff that we just weren't expecting, and maybe a couple small surprises. But let's talk about what to expect from the Donkey Kong Bananza Nintendo Direct. Number one, the developers. I'm not sure that they'll talk about the developers until like the game releases or right before the game releases, or you will have to watch the credits to actually find out that it's like the Odyssey team or something. It's very obvious if you watch my multiple videos where I compared it to Odyssey. It's very, very similar. Number two, I would love to see little vehicle areas or vehicle missions. For instance, us riding Rambi. We know that Rambi's in the game thanks to Cranky's dialogue. We also see a minecart section, so I want to see exactly how this works. And even in the artwork, we can see the minecarts actually can grow legs and start, I guess, running around. So I want to see what's the main premise of this and how this actually translates onto the actual game. I hope we get a little bit of information in the story without spoiling too much. For instance, one major thing I really hope that they touch on is the fact that Pauline is in this game. I mean, this cannot be some type of huge secret that we had to wait to play the game to find out if Nintendo actually had artwork ready to go of this thing that leaked early. So clearly, they have to talk about who this is and show off what happens with Otterock and, how does young kid Pauline fall within this story. I want to see them show off some more callbacks within this game. We've seen an actual whole 2D section that's referencing the classic Donkey Kong Country game, and I hope there's more like this that maybe references Donkey Kong Country 2 and even Donkey Kong Country 3. Maybe even Returns and Tropical Freeze get some references, but mostly the classics would be really cool to see. And since we're on the same page of callbacks, surely you've seen Uncle Al plus his videos on YouTube and my videos as well talking about King K. Rool's return, because there's so much evidence that already suggests from the little bit of gameplay that we've seen that King K. Rool will be returning in some sort of form. I mean, we've talked about color theories of that blue and pink light coming out of everything in this game that references the blue and pink light at the end of Donkey Kong Country 2, which you find once you reach the Lost World. So I'm hoping there are some crazy references, and maybe the story even ties into stuff about that game. And like all those creatures that we're seeing called the Crocoids are actually just, fossilized Kremlings. But we've seen so many things like a whole fossilized version of Nati from the Donkey Kong Country series. We've even seen a whole, village of ostriches that look like espresso from Donkey Kong Country. We've even seen a map of the Northern Hemisphere from Donkey Kong Country 3. So I do think there's going to be a lot of references, but I hope the Direct actually shows us a couple more to get excited and really confirm that we'll also be, having these references as part of the gameplay, whether it be the story or extra 2D levels that we get to play, referencing other Donkey Kong Country games and worlds from those games. Okay, I'm getting a little off track, but yeah, at the end of the day, I really hope that King K. Rool makes some some type of Easter egg appearance in this Nintendo Direct. I mean, yes, of course, it'd be cool just to be surprised with them in the game, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's hard to keep anything a secret anymore. You know, once this game releases, someone's going to post a picture of them and just ruin it for everybody else. So I kind of hope they just tease it automatically. I think that would make it really exciting for the show and maybe the big surprise of the entire Direct. And also, thanks to Too Crispy on YouTube, we were able to figure out the new language of the Donkey Kong world, being the banana bet that's been deemed online, where we can see all these characters do translate to actual real letters, where we can actually read a lot of the buildings and signs, and we know that the game has a shop, and we've even seen it in one of the Nintendo tree houses, that yes, we can actually turn in fossils for gear and clothes, which is going to be very similar to that of Super Mario Odyssey. So I hope that they show off a bunch of outfits and cool things that Donkey Kong wearing, and you know, just give us an idea of all the costumes that Donkey Kong can wear in this game. I really hope that there's more references to other characters in this game, that they've all come down to this underground world, and that they show off at least a couple in this Nintendo Direct. We've already seen Cranky, and he's already talked about Rambi being in this game and even had a dedicated picture when he said it, so I assume that Rambi is going to be writable in some part of this game, but also I would love to see characters like Diddy Kong or even Dixie Kong make an appearance, and maybe there's even little mission rooms where we get to play as them as well, which would be so unbelievably cool. I know we've already talked about and pretty much know that Oddrock is this young Pauline in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and of course already said I want to know how and where young Pauline even falls into all this craziness, but at the same time, I hope this character, whether it is Oddrock or young Pauline, we'll just call her Oddrock for now, I really hope she has a major role in this game, besides just whistling and playing music, because she's sitting on top of Donkey Kong's shoulder the entire game, and for her just to be able to whistle and, you know, break curses and stuff with Donkey Kong, there's got to be more to it. I mean, I know Pauline does music and she loves to sing in every single game ever, but I'm hoping there's a point in the game like halfway through where she does transform back into young Pauline, and we can use her and maybe even new abilities in that form. Maybe she can fully sing, and maybe there's little parts of the game where you have to sing, or maybe play a little rhythm game like Donkey Konga where you have to hit the right buttons at the right time to play the right notes. Would be pretty cool. But I mean, something. I hope she has a bigger role than just being an NPC side character that just sits on Donkey Kong's shoulder the whole game. Or maybe she even adds to the combat, or maybe even adds to the moveset of Donkey Kong, allowing him to grab certain things like vines and swing from them or something. I don't know. But I'm expecting this character to have a bigger role and maybe show off more of her abilities than what she obviously can do so far. For instance, just whistling. But honestly, I really don't know what else I need to see. Like, I hope they show some more boss battle gameplay, of course, that'd be cool, but they'll probably save a lot of that for the actual game when it comes out for us to enjoy ourselves. But I would just love to see how lots of the boss battles actually work. I just hope there's like some fun new things for them to show us, because there's a lot that we just don't know about this game, and I feel like what I just need is a second trailer, if anything. So to get 15 minutes, I'm very excited for. I'm not holding my hopes up for something crazy or wild or anything like I was for Mario Kart World. I'm just simply gonna enjoy whatever they show us, because I'm already excited for this game, and I feel like there's nothing that's gonna make me less excited, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know, looking forward to what else this game has to offer. So I hope there's a lot more for them to show us, and I can't wait to see what's next. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Let me know down below what you want to see the most from this upcoming Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things DK Bananza and Nintendo in general. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one, and I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys.